Hello there, here we are playing Remnant from the Ashes. First part on PlayStation 5 and we are continuing from our last stop. Have to destroy these three orbs over here, but kind of too weak. Let's go back to world 13. I find out something that you can do in World 13 to get some items. Will make my life easier.
Good to see.
One. I've been here before. Multiple system irreparable damage. Calls unknown. Requisite operational functions offline. Powering down central core. Emergency power systems activated. Okay. There's nothing here. Nice. Tone of knowledge. Ward 13 command and control access terminal unauthorized. No, unauthorized access. Electronic mail. 15 September 68. Security protocol update. From Commander Nathan Skill security protocol update due to recent events, we will be amending our security protocol to require an additional photo ID check upon entry to World 13. Entry will still require use of personal security cards. However, an additional ID check will be performed upon entry to the world. All security officers have been notified of the change, and the new protocol will take effect immediately. Commander Nathan Skill. Okay. Maximum series 980 CPU. More 13 command and control access terminal. Log. Casa. Eureka, it's taken us some months, but we have finally reconnected the dreamer to Gabriel's world. Subject 2419. One is online. The new bond identity is vastly different from the previous one. Visual recordings are dim, but audio is greatly enhanced, so much so that our equipment cannot accurately record all of it. The new Guardian is belligerent toward the inhabitants. Malicious even, I suspect it shares memories with the previous Guardian. Consciously or not, it knows what the fuses did and treats them accordingly. Fascinating. Sounds like the high-ups are planning an honest-to-God physical expedition to one of the worlds. Commander Neville has requested all operations managers to submit our recommendations. Given the things we've seen since bringing Casa online, the Guardian, the wood creatures, the massacres, I think it's obvious what our stance has to be. Casa's equipment is going bonkers. It keeps resetting itself to a specific set of parameters. Not just the dreaming harness, but the recording equipment, diagnostics, and even life support. The effect seems to be coming from Casa herself, but none of us understand how that's possible. For procedure, we tried to sedate and reboot Casa, but that has proven impossible. The system ignores our commands for sedation. Registration tried physically, administering the drugs, of course, but the system automatically applied a reversal agent. I am concerned if we try to overpower the system, we will end up killing the dreamer. On the other hand, that may be our only option if this feedback loop doesn't resolve itself. We'll continue our observations for now, but after what happened with Gabriel and Clementine, I'm worried. They're everywhere, the root creatures from Casa's world. We were unprepared. How could we be? They attacked us so quickly. Reg is dead. So many are dead. We lost contact with wards 16 and 17, maybe others. Those of us still alive have locked ourselves in Casa's room from now, but it won't be long before we're discovered. What the hell is happening? Day after the dreamers, they killed all but Casa already. It's just a matter of time, except they aren't pounding on our door. They must know we're in here. Day after dreamers, why will they leave us alone unless... Oh God, Casa, she's the gate. That's what I have to do then. We don't have any other choices. If we leave this room, they slaughter us. And if I'm wrong, well, one more dead dreamer won't matter much. If we all are dead. Instead, the system fought us to every turn, and then the root creatures began pounding at the door as though they knew what we were trying to do. But it's over, she's dead, and the roots are still out there. We're preparing to make one final run for it. I don't know how far we'll get, but we'll die if we stay here. Harsgard's dreamer was in the feedback loop too. I have to tell them. If I was right about her being the gate, then dearest Reg, I know you are dying to learn what the government's been doing since I moved into R13. There's so much to tell, I don't know where to start. The red crystals weren't anything we thought, Reg. They are not power sources at all. They're conduits through space itself. I know. I wouldn't have believed it either, but wait until you see what they're doing. They connected test subjects, dreamers, they call them, to some kind of guardian entities in other worlds. I don't mean other planets. I mean parallel worlds side by side with Earth, but completely impossible apart from the crystals. Ford and Asgard, you remember Captain Ford there? He was the recruitment official who visited us at the university. Hive a few dreamers on a atoll offshore, and then preliminary reports sound like fairy tales, phones, goblins, even magic. Of course, it can't actually be magic, but it certainly feels like it's based on our current understanding of physics. It's hard to explain without being able to show you, Reg, but they won't let that happen until your transfer goes through. I don't even know if they'll allow this later out, to be honest. It's fine. I'll show everything in person when you arrive. Our world already has 2 dreamers connected. I'm supervising activation of a third in a few days, Gabriel. They call him, though I get the feeling it's not his real name. I can't wait to see what he sees, to start investigating one of these worlds for myself. We're on the verge of something amazing, Greg. There's so much more to the universe than anyone thought, even Einstein. What wonders might be out there, just lying in wait for our discovery. See you soon, Belinda. Subject 24191, preliminary observations and findings. Author Dr. Belinda Marsh, Operations Research Analysis Manager, Ward 13. Abstract. Commander Neville has asked for recommendations on which world should be chosen for our first physical expedition. Subject 24191. One is the second dreamer bonded to the so-called Fuses world, but the world has changed drastically since the loss of the previous dreamer, with a new guardian entity, a new invading species, and widespread alterations to the world and the inhabitants. It is fair to say it is no longer the Fuses world, and it is highly dangerous. It is my recommendation that we do not send a physical expedition to this world at this time. Subject 2419. Gabriel Casa, Dreamer, Fuzzies, Root Creatures. Background: last year, Subject 2419, known as Gabriel, died in the Dreamer's chair when his guardian entity was killed by the inhabitants of his world, formerly known as the Fuzzies. The Fuzzies were intelligent and warlike, yet they were caring toward each other. We still do not know what they turned on their guardian. Why they turned on their guardian. In February of this year, we were finally successful in connecting a second dreamer when Subject 2419, herein referred to as Casa, bonded to what appears to be a new guardian in the same world. We have been feverishly gathering data ever since. Preliminary findings: Casa's world is almost completely unrecognizable from before. Gabriel observed what appeared to be a massive living organism populated by small, fur-covered creatures called Fuzzies. Casa, however, sees the world covered in root-like growths, with little of the original landscape visible underneath it. Fuzzies are rarely seen at all, at least not alive. The world is now populated by a new violent species of creature. It is unclear where this new species came from. We saw no evidence of them in Gabriel's recordings, but they have eliminated a large percentage of the former population in a very short time. The new species appear to be plant-based, bearing a resemblance to motrial trees or roots. These creatures are violent and destructive, actively hunting the fuzzies, slaughtering them, then leaving the bodies behind while they hunt more. We believe there may still be fuzzies alive and in hiding, but given the ferocity of the wood species, it is unlikely they will remain so very long. Conclusion and recommendation: I believe the fuzzies will not survive without some kind of intervention. However, I cannot recommend that a human scouting party visit Casa Azul at this time. It is likely the wood species will treat us as the same as the fuzzies, and given the speed and ferocity with which they fight, a lone scouting party will not stand a chance, even with modern weapons. For now, I believe it is best that we continue our observations to learn what we can about this new species before engaging them. Well, that was too much informative. Fuse. Okay. What the hell did I get? Elder knowledge, current level experience. Increases level experience when killing enemies acquired by listening to the tape recorded in the portal team. Don't mock the old kid. They know one important thing you don't how not to die. How not to die, okay. That is for experience. Can't start this. Okay. Log. Subject 2409 is online. Vitals are stable, but we receive no visual information, and audio consists only of a low, persistent rumble interspersed by seemingly random series of clicks. Attempts to find a pattern in the clicks have so far been fruitless. I'm convinced they're nothing more than signal noise, perhaps errors in the recording equipment amplified by the dreamer's subconscious, or perhaps there is no signal at all. We never tested what happens when a dreamer connects with nothing. Most likely, Dr. Husgard read the wounds wrong, waiting information. Oh my god, there's so many to read. Husgard claims he's not wrong and suggests we continue monitoring. We'll do so if only as CAI. Looks like we've stuck here for a while. Dr. Rizzato, I heard a change in the audio last night for about 20 minutes starting at 2:11. I heard some kind of singing. That's the only way I can think to describe it. This was on top of the regular rumble and clicks. I left the tape in your office for your review. Also, be advised that I may have seen an anomaly on video as well. Brief, very faint pulse of light during the time of the audio anomaly. It may just have been an artifact on the screen though, or even my imagination. It was very late after all. Hell, I owe Harsgard $10 for about 2 hours on April 6th, 1966, subject 2409, visuals lit up like the goddamn 4th of July. Dozens of lights pulsed on and off with no pattern we have yet discerned. Colors varied but remain mostly between blue and yellow wavelengths. After approximately 145 minutes, the pulsing began to decrease in frequency, and by the plus 160 they had ceased entirely. Audio was unchanged during this time. Finally, we have proved this streamer is connected to something. Harsgard is never going to let this drop. Okay. The dreamer, known as Gabriel Subject 2419, is online. Type the coming faster than we can deal with it. Gabriel's bonded entity guards are literal living fools, some kind of massive biological organism that houses the guardian within it. The ground is flesh and responds to stimulants. The air is thick with moisture. The breeze shifts cyclically like breathing. The inhabitants of the world are equally fascinating. small full covered bipedals that we dubbed fuzzies for their resemblance to creatures from H. Beam Piper's novel. They appear to be sentient. They have no spoken language, but they build tools and structures from the bone-like growths found throughout their world. These observations are preliminary, of course, but they're so exciting. A new species, first contacts. What revelations might we uncover? The fuzzies have been acting stranger. At first they had a kind of God-worshipful relationship with Gabriel's entity, but we recently seen signs of fear and distrust. A few even threw rocks at their guardian. Could Gabriel's bond have somehow caused this? We've been very careful to observe only, not to interfere, but maybe the fuzzy detected some subtle change we could not predict, too subtle for us to notice, yet strong enough to cause a violent reaction that seems plausible. A minority of my team is concerned this will affect our experiment. One team member is worried Gabriel himself might be in danger, though I've seen no evidence of that. Gabriel's vitals have been unaffected by the random attacks. A more valid concern is that the very act of observing is affecting what we observe. That may be valid, but it's not reason enough to wake the dreamer. Not yet. Gabriel was attacked today, or rather the Guardian was. We're combing our records for any sign of provocation on our parts, but so far have found nothing. Gabriel has been completely passive, allowing the Guardian to act independently. Most likely whatever's happening predates Gabriel's bound. There have been more calls from the team to wake Gabriel, still a minority, but it's true that his heart rate rose briefly during the attacks, but there have been no other signs the attack affected him in any way. I order observations to continue. You will see this through. Subject 2419 has been declared dead on Sunday, April 3rd, 66. His guardian was killed and his body consequently suffered a cardiac arrest. We lost input immediately. Needless to say, my team is devastated. And yet, this presents exciting new information. This is the first time a dreamer has died in the chair. Tragic though Gabriel's death is, it proves the bond between dreamers and guardian is even stronger than we knew. Research in the fuzzy world has been put on hold for now. Our previous observations and these log entries will be transferred to another room for study while Gabriel's chair is prepared for the next dreamer. I know we'll be back. There's so much yet to learn. What happens when a world's guardian dies anyway? In this room, please keep the air conditioner on at all times. The dreamer's entity lives in frozen world, in some places colder than any recorded measurement on Earth, and seems to reflect aspects of that bound. In particular, she shows physical signs of discomfort at any temperature above 55 degrees. Those working in this area are encouraged to wear layers. The Guardian came across a clutch on orphaned Paulus. Apparently they had been lost in the blizzard, but the effect on Clementine was unexpected. Her noradrenaline levels dropped and her body showed signs of lacrimation. Most of the team believes the Guardian, the Dreamer, or both were said at the discovery, but we have no record of guardians ever having or eliciting emotions. If only we could record the emotional states somehow. It's unfortunate that we can't speak to the dreamers without waking them, and that we can't wake them without risking loss of the bond. If we follow Commander Neville's orders, we have sedated Clementine until her noradrenaline levels return back to normal. I guess this is now standard operating procedure whenever a dreamer exhibits any potential unstable behavior. I suspect the source of this edict is Captain Ford. After what happened with Gabriel and with Houseguard about to connect a new dreamer to this club-born entity, I'm guessing Ford doesn't want any more unnecessary risks. He's probably right. Could someone please tell the janitor to leave the AC alone? That's the third time we had to reboot Remnant this month. Not disintegrated at all. Rather, I think she shifted somehow, that she still exists somewhere, along with everything else, including the poor janitor. Unfortunately, as to why, I have only conjecture reviewing Clementine's final tape show. And in the very last frame, in one darkened corner, you can see D.P. Claiborne. Harsgard always described his unknown entity in fantastic terms, but what if he wasn't exaggerating? We know he brought his dreamer online at approximately the same time Clementine disappeared after all. As I said, conjecture. Okay. Okay. Let's check all this. What the hell? This is emergency room. Tome of knowledge. Nothing here. This kind of reminds me of the last chapter of the Medium game. So we have two places to use this key. Floor B2 and over here. What the? Submachine gun. From Mark Klinger, date 7/21/67. An explosion in research knocked out the circuit breaker in the north wing. The ward is running on backup power, but repair crews has been dispatched. Patients remain stable, no major incidents. Main power is restored, but security camera 12 is offline. I sent Smith to check the cabling, and he reported that the lines were fried. I filled the service ticket W0178512 with maintenance. I'm a little on the edge. There was an incident with patient 2923 Clementine last night. She was agitated, like she was having a bad dream. The doctors and nurses were scared, something about PSK levels being way off the graph. It took 3 orderlies to pin her down. Can't say for sure, but I think I saw a microscope fly off the table and hit one of the orderlies square in the back of the head. No one threw it. The damn thing just shot off the table. The orderly is in the med lab. 27 stitches. Could have been worse, much worse. Dreamer 2923 was at it again this evening. Started around midnight. The patient was moaning and crying in her sleep. It wasn't long before the crane turned to screaming and the medical crew rushed to the room. The orderlies could barely keep her down. Never seen anything like it. How does a 16-year-old child have enough strength to take on 3 full-grown men? Doctors were yelling at the nurses to sedate her, but the tranquilizer didn't take effect soon enough. They finally managed to strap on the restraints, but the patient thrashed around so much that she broke her right forearm. Broke her damn arm against the straps. Okay. That will be all. There's nothing here anymore.
Hello there, friend. Hello again, friend. What would you like to know? Anything else you need? Let's see what... Keep your head up. Hello there, friend.
Needing any scrounge? Later.
Talk with these guys over here.
Weeds
The greatest threat we face here is not just
Oh,
Hi there.
Hello. Okay, I guess. I keep thinking Mark will be around the corner. It just doesn't feel right. Him being gone. I guess. I just wish I didn't dream about things before they happen, though. No one listens. Only a few weeks. The commander found my brother and me. We got separated from our parents when the Root attacked our home. Mark looked out for me when we were lost. I don't know what to do now that he's gone. Well, sometimes it feels like I'm there, with the root. Like it's happening right now. I can feel them. Sometimes I see people get hurt, and I know it hasn't happened yet. I wish they would listen to me. Yeah. I try not to think about them. Be careful out there.
Honestly, I find it hard
Hey,
to sleep if
no
I
trouble
don't
in
hear
the ward, got it?
outside the door.
Hey, Ace said a huge tower just showed up out of nowhere in the city. You saw it, right? Man, that must have been something else. Well, I know he founded the ward. He closed the gates to protect everybody from the root. But, Commander Ford doesn't like it when people talk about him, though. I mean, it seems like the founder was a hero, but she's always got this scowl when he's mentioned. I'll see you around. Hey, traveler.
Hello again, friend. Glad to see you back. Root's still thick as hell. But at least we have a way out, thanks to you.
Oh, traveler. Let's see.
Submachine gun. Magazine 40 bullets, max ammo 280. And this one have 18 magazine 319 max ammo. I could upgrade this.
Be safe out there.
Keep moving. Yeah. Yeah? Better be worth my time. Yeah, good. Now go.
I bought everything we have. Surround the caster with magical shield. Incoming attacks. Shine. Come on. Bloody hell. Stupid dog barking on the crystal.
Whoa! It's over.
Fucking hell. Holy crap. Come on, man.
I'm in trouble.
Holy fucking hell, man. Move, fucking move. God damn it. Stupid fucking game. Fuck off. Holy fucking hell.